if you draw it in. Test, test, test.
Sitaram Ram Ram Hare Rama 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 Sitaram Rama Rama Hare Rama 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 Sitaram Rama
And I will guide you through outwards. Make sure that you stay connected with the body, not pushing it, maybe challenging, but keep it just sustainable for where the body is. And then you can start to find a comfortable seat with the legs crossed. If the hips are lower than the knees, then placing a block under the hips is a nice way to open up the knees or open up the legs. And then just slowly start to bring your attention inwards. Placing the hands on the legs, index finger, thumb, just slightly touching. This is a hand gesture called Jnana Mudra. It's the seal of wisdom. And see if you can lift the center of the chest a little bit more up. And relaxing the shoulders. Just let the breath flow along the spine, up and down. Each inhale and exhale. And maybe first creating a stable foundation. So with each exhale you can relax everything from the hips down. Softening the hips, softening the legs. With each inhale from the tailbone, lengthening the spine. And just following the breath as it moves in and out through the nose, into the body. Softening the face. And then here is a moment where you can dedicate your practice. Or maybe placing an intention for yourself. If you like to invite something else in life or like to let go of it, you can create an intention about it and then dedicate the whole practice to that. Whenever you're ready, you can place the hands back on the legs and open up your eyes. And then we start with the moving practice. So you can remove the pillow or the block if you're sitting on one. And then bring the legs out forwards, give them a good shake. And then drawing the knees back in, starting in a balance today as we're focusing this week on balances. And then see if you can really lift the chest up, shoulders low, long spine. And then coming to the tips of the toes, bringing the legs together if possible. And then finding that balance on the hips, the sit bones, the buttocks, and then lifting the legs up. Keep pushing the legs together, and if you notice that you're slumping in the lower back, see if you can lift the chest again. You want to keep the spine long. And everything that runs there, all the energy channels, Keep them open so everything can flow through. Check the breath, don't stop it, but keep on breathing. Then crossing the legs, pulling the knees in, rolling over, coming to all fours, bringing knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders, spreading the fingers wide. And tucking your toes a little bit, bringing the hips to the heels, and from there lifting up into downward facing dog. Taking a good breath here. Tune into the breathing even though we're moving. All for 60 minutes is breathing practice. Maybe you want to pedal the legs and bend the knees one by one. And then bend your knees, walking the feet slowly forwards until they're all the way under the hips. And just let the upper body hang down. Maybe just give the head a nice shake. Yes, no, maybe. Fluttering the lips. And bend your knees a little bit deeper, taking your time to slowly roll. So rounding the lower back, then rounding the middle back, upper back. And the shoulders and the head, they come up last thing. Then stepping your feet just a little bit wider. And then turn a quarter so you're facing this side. So you have space to move in all directions. And then crossing the thumbs. Yeah, if you turn a quarter and then face this way. Good. And then with your inhale, scooping down and scooping up. Starting with the dawn stretch. And then exhale, coming forwards and down. You can bend the knees. On your inhale, going to the left, making a wide circle. And on your exhale, going down to the right side. With your inhale, coming up to the right. And exhale, down to the left. And your inhale, coming straight up through the middle, lifting up. And exhale, hands in front of the chest. Next round, inhale, scooping down and scooping up. And then exhale from the hips, tilting forwards and down. Your inhale going up to the right side, changing the direction. And on your exhale, down to the left. With your inhale coming up to the left side. And then exhale down to the right. Bend your knees, coming up through the middle, pushing feet down, stretching out. And then exhale, hands in front of the chest. Maybe shaking the legs out and then come stand at the front side of the mat. Continuing with the sun salutations, warming up the body from the inside. So exhale all the air out through the nose. And on your inhale, hook the thumbs, scooping down and scooping up. And then exhale, coming down through the middle, placing the hands on the shins, or if they reach the floor, the floor. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, right foot backwards, left foot backwards, downward dog. Breathing in. And breathing out. 2 more breaths like this, deep in. And out. Inhaling. And out. Then on your inhale, lift the left leg up. And exhale, sweep the left foot forwards, a big step. Then the right foot follows. Lift the chest, lengthen. And exhale, fold, keeping the legs strong. On your inhale, circle the arms up. And then exhale, hands in front of the chest. On your inhale, big circle, lifting the arms up. And exhale from the hips, coming forwards and down. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, left foot backwards, right foot backwards, downward facing dog. Sticking with the breath. So I'll be walking around, sometimes help you by hands-on adjusts. If you don't want to be touched, just lift one leg up and I will only give you verbal cues. One more breath here. And when the inhale comes, lifting the right leg up. And then sweeping that right foot forwards, the left foot follows. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, fold. Inhale, strong legs, strong core, rising up. And exhale, hands in front of the chest. So everything we do is on the breath. Inhale, reaching out and up. And then exhale, coming forwards and up. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, right foot backwards, left foot backwards, downward dog. Breathing in. And breathing out. With your inhale, moving forwards, high plank. Push your heels backwards. And then check if the shoulders are on top of the wrist. The core super engaged. And let the neck be in line with the spine. So don't let the head hang down when we go down. So now with your exhale, super slowly lowering down. Bringing the elbows backwards. Point the toes, nice. Inhale, lifting the chest up into a baby cobra. Exhale, back to the floor. Tucking your toes, pushing back up, downward facing. Breathing in. And breathing out. With your inhale, lift the right leg up. Look in between your hands, stepping that right foot in front of the right hip. Bend your knee. And then with your inhale, pushing the feet away from under you and lifting up in Anjaneyasana. Nice, staying there for a couple of breaths. Yes, see if you can bring your foot a little bit more in front of the hip, so your inner hip gets more space. Yes, nice. One more breath here. And when your inhale comes, hands back to the floor. Stepping to a high plank. Pushing heels backwards, exhale, lowering down. Then inhale into a baby cobra, lifting the chest up. Exhale back to the floor. And then pushing the hips back up, downward facing up. Breathing in. And breathing out. 2 more breaths here. Check if your jaws are soft and relaxed. We tend to hold a lot of tension there without knowing or conscious. Keep your hands for forwards. Really push them down. And then feel the neck. Last breath. Lift the left leg up. And exhale, sweep it forwards. The other foot follows. Inhale, lift the chest. Lengthen the belly and exhale, fold. Then inhale, push the feet down, circling. Exhale, hands in front of the chest. Last round, inhale, reaching arms out and up. And then exhale, coming forwards and down. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, left foot backwards, right foot backwards, downward dog. Breathing in. And breathing out. And with your inhale, lift the right leg up. And exhale, step the right foot forwards. Inhale, rising up, Anjaneyasana. And then exhale, just settling in, strong core. See if you can find length in the lower back. And then bringing your hands in front of the chest. The knee on top of your ankle if possible. And then with your exhale, twist to the right. And then bringing the left elbow to the outside of the leg. Yeah, so turning the other way around. Yeah, good. And see if you can bring your foot more to the side and keep your knee in front of the hip. Keep on breathing, long deep inhales to the side ribs, to the back ribs. One more breath here. Then with your inhale, bringing hands back to the floor. Stepping back in down dog or stepping to a high plank. Coming all the way down. Then inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, rolling back. And then tucking your toes, hips high up, downward facing dog. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then with your inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot in front of the left hip. Strong legs, and from there rising up. Anjaneyasana, finding the balance, the steadiness of the pose. Then with your inhale, hands in front of the chest. Exhale, twist to the left, right elbow outside of the leg. And see if you can keep your back knee straight. Lifting the right hip to the level of the left. Keep pushing the back heel backwards. Beautiful. One more breath here.
down. Place your hands on the floor, step to a high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, or knees on the floor, coming halfway down. And then bringing the chest through and up into up dog. And exhale, rolling back, downward facing. Couple of breaths here. So you have different options for the vinyasa. You can come all the way down, go into baby cobra. You can also use the knees to come in like a halfway vinyasa, or you can come from a high plank to a low plank. One more breath here. And at the end of your exhale, bend your knees, look between your hands, step or jump forward. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, fold. Pushing the feet down, lifting the arms up. And then exhale, hands in front of the chest. And then placing hands on the hips and stepping into a wide step. So you face again this way. And then bringing the arms sideways. Just check if your feet are more or less under the hands. And then bringing the hands to the hips. Exhale all the air. So if your feet are a little bit out, see if you can bring the toes in so that the outer edge of your foot is parallel with the short side of the mat. Inhale to the chest. And then exhale from the hips, coming forwards, coming down, keeping the hands on the hips. And see if you can bring the elbows sideways. You want to broaden the shoulders. At the same time, picking up the inner edges of the feet. Crown of the head directing down. Feeling a stretch over the back of the body. If it's too much, you can just bend your knees. 2 more full breaths here. One more. And with your inhale, slowly coming all the way up. And then exhale, stay there. So lifting the kneecaps, thighs are strong on your inhale, reaching arms sideways. And exhale, interlacing fingers behind your back. And straightening the arms, lift the chest. And from the hips, tilting forwards and down again, this time bringing the arms overhead. So now we're adding a shoulder stretch. And then see if you can breathe towards the shoulders. Each exhale, see if you can soften around that whole shoulder area. 2 more breaths here. Last one. And then when the inhale comes, coming up halfway. Then placing the hands on the hips and exhale there. And next inhale, coming all the way up. And then jumping the feet together and give them a shake. Okay, then you can turn yourself quarter again, facing the front of the mat. Placing the feet firmly down under the hips. And then we go into tree posture balance. So lifting the right leg. First bringing the weight on the left foot, rooting down from there, and then grabbing your ankle from the inside, bringing the heel to the buttocks, and then opening up that knee to the side, placing the foot either above or below the knee. Whenever you feel steady, bringing hands in front of the chest. And see if you can lift the crown of the head a bit higher up. Maybe staying here. If you feel really steady on your inhale, bringing the arms up. Working together with rooting down to keep the pose stable, at the same time expanding and rising up with the upper body. 2 more breaths here. Last one. With your exhale, bringing hands back in front of the heart. Bringing the right knee forward and see if you can straighten out the leg. Extra balance here. Then on your inhale, lift it up a little bit higher and then place it back on the floor. Extra bonus. Right hand to the right hip. Bringing the weight to the right. On your inhale, lift the left knee up and then grabbing the ankle on the inside. And lifting from that right leg and bringing the knee to the side whenever you feel balanced. Hands to the chest. Either staying here or on your inhale, lifting the arms up. arms stand at the front side of the mat. Continuing with a couple more sun salutations. With your inhale, bend your knees, sit deep and bringing the arms up, sit down in Utkatasana. And then exhale, hands to the floor, straightening the legs. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, right foot backwards, left foot backwards, downward dog. Breathing in. And breathing out. Then on your inhale, moving forwards, high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana or knees down. Inhale into up dog. And exhale, hips high down. One breath there. And with your inhale, lift the right leg up. And exhale, step the right foot forwards, turn the left heel into the floor, coming up for warrior one. So this time the back heel is on the floor, the left foot pointing towards, 11 o'clock. And then really bending forwards until the knee is on top of your ankle, if the body is capable of doing that. And then reaching down through the outer edge of your back foot. From there, reaching up again. Nice. With your next exhale, opening up into warrior two. Opening up the hip, keeping that front knee on top of your ankle. Yes. And you also want to keep the spine like a straight line on the floor. And then you gaze over your middle finger of the front hand. One more breath. And with your inhale, hands back to the floor. Stepping to a high plank. Exhale into a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high, downward dog. One breath there. And with your inhale, lift the left leg up. And exhale, sweep it forwards, right heel into the floor, coming up for warrior one. So also this is a balance. You balance between the two legs. You want to push your back leg as firmly in the floor as you have weight on your front knee, front leg. And then finding that whole spiral throughout the body. One more breath here. And then with your exhale, opening up into warrior two. Shortening the belly, let the sacrum sink down. Strong, steady pose. Yeah. 2 breaths to go. Last one. Lean a little bit backwards. Yeah. Then with your inhale, bringing hands back to the floor. Either down dog or Chaturanga Dandasana. Now you can always use the knees to work on that strength in the arms. And then back downward facing dog for a couple of breaths. 1, 2, 3. Long, steady breaths. Whenever you find your mind is leaving into all the stories in the head, the thoughts, just bring your attention back to the breathing. Last breath here. And with your exhale, bend your knees, look between your hands, step or fly forwards. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, fold. Then bend your knees, sit deep, bringing arms up, Utkatasana. And then exhale, straightening the legs, arms alongside the body into Samastitihi, equal standing. Inhale, bend your knees, bringing the arms up. And exhale, hands to the floor, straightening the legs. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, maybe fly backwards or step into downward facing dog. Inhale into up dog. Or hanging out in the down dog, and then exhale, returning to downward dog. Taking a good breath there. Then with your inhale, lift the right leg up. And exhale, sweep it forwards, turn the left heel into the floor, back into warrior one. Virabhadrasana. And then on your exhale, opening up into warrior two. With your inhale, straightening the front leg. And now you want to really engage that leg and don't let go. On your inhale, reaching forwards. Then right arm coming down, left arm coming up for triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. See how far you can turn the chest open to the sky. And at the same time, just imagine you're against the wall. And you not only want to touch the wall with your buttocks, but also with the shoulders. One more breath here. And as you exhale, looking down at the floor. Inhale, coming back up. And then exhale, bend your knee, returning, warrior one. Inhale, reaching forwards. Placing the arm on the thigh or maybe the hand on the inside of the foot. You can also use a block. Then bringing the left arm up and overhead. So here you want to find that whole long line over the left side of the body. Turn the armpit in. Reaching forwards through the fingertips and backwards to the outer edge of your foot. Strong, powerful pose. One more breath here. Yes. Then with your exhale, looking down at the floor, bringing the left hand to the left hip. Stepping the left foot in, maybe grab a block. Otherwise, just sweep your left leg up, coming into half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So you want to straighten the standing leg, the toes and the knees pointing forwards. Flex the back foot, and whenever you feel steady, reaching up with the left arm or the right arm, depending which leg is in front. And I really feel that expansion forwards, backwards, up and down. 2 breaths to go. Last one. Then looking down at the floor, bring the left hand back to the floor, level the hips, step into downward facing dog. Just checking in with the breathing, how is the quality? Is it still flowing evenly? Whenever you feel you need a break, just sit in a child pose. 1 extra breath here. Then with your inhale, lifting the other leg, so for most of us, left. Sweeping it forwards, right foot in the floor, coming up for warrior one. And as the exhale comes, opening up into warrior two. And with your inhale, start to straighten the front leg again. Focusing on the breathing, engaging the thigh. Then inhale, reaching forwards, left arm down, right arm up. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Keeping the neck nice in line with the spine, reaching backwards. 2 breaths to go. And last one. Oh no, 2. There's another one coming. So see if you can reach backwards that way. Yeah. And then with your exhale, looking down at the front foot. On your inhale, coming back up. And then exhale, bend your knee. Inhale, reaching forward, either arm on the thigh or hand on the inside of the foot. Then right arm up, right arm overhead, Utthita Parshvakonasana. See if you can turn the shoulder in and out. Turning it that way. Yeah, and then you want to pull that shoulder blade back, reach forwards through the fingertips. Now with your exhale, looking down at the floor, right hand to the right hip, left hand moving forwards outside of the foot, and then swinging that right leg up, Ardha Chandrasana, stacking right hip on top of the left, and just noticing maybe this side, different balance, reaching up through the fingertips, maybe even lifting the left fingertips away from the floor. 2 breaths to go. Last one. And then bringing right hand back to the floor, leveling the hips. Step into down dog or jump through a vinyasa, your choice. And stretching out in down dog. Couple of breaths there. Let's take 3 more deep breaths, filling up the chest all the way to the back and the sides, emptying out completely. So having this calm, steady breath also helps to calm the whole system. One more breath here. And then with your inhale, lift the right leg up. And then on your exhale, bring the right knee to the outside of the right wrist, the shin on the floor. Then the left leg sliding backwards. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, coming forwards and down, maybe resting the forehead on your hands. Maybe reaching the arms out forwards and then hands on the floor and forehead on the floor. Make sure that the knee is okay. If your knee feels painful, then come out of the pose and roll over to your back. So a couple of breaths here. Let's stay 3 more. So these Hatha yoga practices, they are really like purifying practices for the body and the mind. Most of all, the spirit or our energy. So with the breathing, with the moving, just help to the body to let go of any blockages anywhere in the body. So that eventually all the energy we absorb can reach all the corners, parts of the body. That helps us to feel like balanced and in harmony. One more breath here. Placing hands under the shoulders, taking your time, slowly rolling back up. And then rolling over to the right side, bringing the left leg forwards. And then pulling the right knee backwards for Janu Sirsasana. So the sole of the foot is touching the inner leg. You want to pull that right knee maybe into a corner of 90 degrees. And then turning the body more to the left. So you're facing the front leg. So the other side, yeah. If the knee is up, then place a block under so you have a stable foundation there. Then inhale, both arms up. And then exhale, coming forwards and down. Inhale, lift the chest one more time to lengthen the whole spine. Lengthen the belly and then exhale, coming to your comfortable maximum. So if you can, bring both shoulders on the same level. And then still the breath is flowing, your main focus. As we move the body through all these postures while guiding the breath, while being guided with the breath, we may come across some releases in the body or some stuck energy. So maybe during practice something comes up. See if you can be open to whatever comes up. So maybe it might be time for that energy, emotion or memory to move through the body. One more breath here. And with your inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release the foot. Crossing the legs, rolling over the knees, stepping into downward facing. Taking a good breath there. And when the inhale comes, lift the left leg up. And bringing the left knee to the outside of the left wrist, the shin on the floor. Then the right leg sliding backwards. Placing the hands under the shoulders. On your inhale, lift the chest. And see if you can bring your knee all the way to the left. So you give your inner hip a little bit more space. Yeah. And then exhale, coming down maybe to the underarms, maybe to the hands. Maybe all the way down with the hands. Yes. Is your knee okay? Yeah? Maybe a little bit support here. Might help so you can really sit on it. Yeah. 3 more breaths. And the last one. Placing hands under your shoulders, taking your time slowly rolling back up. So now it's easy to lean over to the left and then bring the right foot from behind forwards, bringing that left knee backwards again, the toes pointing up. Inhale, both arms up. Keep that front foot flexed so the right leg is engaged, and then coming forwards and down. Inhale, lift the chest, so here you can align the shoulders, and then from there coming forwards and down. So following where the body is, we don't want to go into sensations of pins and needles. It should be like a healthy practice. That's the aim of Hatha Yoga, to provide our well-being, our health, physical, but most of all mental. 2 breaths to go here. Last one. Check if your shoulders are soft and relaxed. And with your inhale, first coming out halfway so you can lengthen the spine. And then exhale, coming out all the way. And bringing the left knee up, the left foot forwards, tucking the toes towards you. Inhale, lift the arms up. And then exhale from the hips, coming forwards and down. Maybe hands resting on the shin, staying there for 5 breaths. Maybe you feel there's some more space, then maybe reaching more forwards. Anything that helps you to breathe smoothly. If you go too far, probably the breath gets stuck, so that's a sign that you should back off again. See if you can really lengthen it. Yeah. Toes towards you. Yes. 3 more breaths here. 2. And the last one. And with your inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, release the feet. Bringing the hands behind you with the fingers pointing forwards. And now you can point the toes, rolling the legs in. With your inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, pushing hands and heels in the floor. And then next inhale, lifting the hips high up, the toes reaching for the floor. If your neck is a bit sore, then keep looking forwards. If the neck is okay, you can bring it backwards, looking up alongside the nose to the ceiling. Yes. 1 more breath here. And then bringing chin to the chest, hips back to the floor. Nice, and then crossing the legs, rolling over. Either stepping into downward facing dog. If you like, you can flow through Vinyasa, keeping the heat going. And stretching out in downward facing dog. With your inhale, lift the right leg up. And exhale, step the right foot forwards, the left knee comes to the floor. And then placing your hands on the thigh. So pulling the navel in, see if you can find space for the lower back. Then with your inhale, lift the left arm up. And exhale, wrapping that whole arm, shoulder around the leg. Maybe hands together, and then pushing them together again. Maybe the left hand reaching for the floor, and then you can bring the right arm up, coming into a deep twist. Keep on breathing. So this one, also turn the other way around because you have your other leg. 2 breaths to go. Last one. And looking back at the floor, place both hands down, stepping back into downward facing dog. Breathing in. And breathing out. Other side, lifting the left leg unless you already did that salad. Then left foot forwards, a big step. The right leg coming backwards, knee on the floor, and then bringing the hands on the thigh. Really pulling the navel in. Then lifting the right arm up. Then exhale. Bring the whole arm behind the leg, coming into Namaste. Or maybe the right hand reaches for the floor and then left arm up. So balancing. Nice. 2 breaths. Last one. And with your inhale, looking back down. Place both hands on the floor and stepping back into downward facing. Breathing in. And all the way out. And with your inhale, moving forwards to a high plank. And then exhale, lowering all the way down. Bringing the hands just below the shoulders. The third eye, the forehead is on the floor. And then pushing the fronts of the feet into the floor. So pointing the feet, fronts of the feet in the floor, kneecaps lifted. And then when the exhale comes, rolling the shoulder blades towards the hips and lifting the chest up. Maybe pushing yourself a bit higher up. Keep the kneecaps lifted. And then exhale, just lowering down until the floating ribs touch the floor. And then see if you can stay up, lifting the hands away from the floor. Super strong legs. And then bringing the hands behind you, interlacing the fingers, and then straightening the arms again. Last one. And then exhale, release to the floor. One cheek on the floor, relax the body. And with your inhale, bringing the third eye back to the floor. Gluing the hands alongside the body. Bringing legs together, power them up. Exhale all the air out. Deep inhale. With your exhale, lifting the legs, lifting the chest, extending the hands backwards, the chest forwards. Just keep the neck relaxed in line with the spine. Nice. And see if you can lift the right leg a little bit higher than left. Then left as high as right. And then the upper body as high as the legs. Nice. 2 breaths to go. Last one. Exhale, release, bringing the other cheek on the floor, taking a breath there. And with your next inhale, bringing third eye on the floor. With your exhale, this time bend your legs, and then grab your ankles behind you. Keeping the knees in line with the feet, but flex your feet. So toes to the shin, protecting the knees. Then with your next exhale, pushing your ankles into your hands and coming up for Dhanurasana. Bow posture. See if you can bring the knees more together, if that's okay for the knees. More. Even more, if possible. Ja. Als je even loslaat, dan heb je een blok tussen je benen en die wil je klemmen. Last breath here. And then exhale, release out of the pose. Heb je weer ontspannen. Zo kijken of je je benen in deze positie kan houden voor je tweede keer. Ja. Preparing for the second round of Dhanurasana. So with your inhale, bringing the third eye to the floor. With your exhale, bend your legs, finding your ankles. And if you have the ankles, flex your feet. And whenever you're ready on the exhale, Pushing the ankles into your hands and then rising up. Kijk of je dit kan ontspannen. Met je voeten uit elkaar. Ja, precies. Ja. Voelt anders, denk ik, hè? Ja. Ja, maar hou je buik aangespannen. Dit wil je verlengen. 2 breaths to go. One more. And then exhale, releasing to the floor. Maybe wiggling the hips from one side to the other side. And then rolling over to the back of the body. Keeping the breath steady also when we're laying on the floor. That flow of breath, inhale, exhale, just continues. Then bend your legs, placing the ankles just under the knees, behind the hips. With your exhale, drawing the navel in, strong core. Then on your inhale, push the feet down and lift the hips up. Rolling shoulder blades a bit together. If you like, you can interlace fingers behind you. If that's too much for the shoulders, then hands flat on the floor. Staying up for 3 more breaths, and just imagine that you want to stand up. So you want to straighten the legs, powering up those legs. Last breath here. And releasing the hands and then rolling slowly back towards the mat. And taking a breath there. So whenever you're ready, again grounding down through the feet, keeping the core engaged whenever the inhale comes, pushing your feet in the floor, lifting the hips up, rolling the shoulders a bit together, maybe staying here, maybe placing the hands alongside the ears for Urdhva Dhanurasana, and then inhale, exhale, lengthening out the legs, lengthening out the arms. You can bring the armpits to the center of the room. Staying up for a breath or 5 in whichever pose you are. Relaxing the neck. Time for you to come down, taking your time to come down. Yeah, super strong legs, try to straighten. Nice. Beautiful. And then making your way over to the floor, placing one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart area. So here a moment of integration. Just open like the full front of the body. So here, time to just see the effects, observe the effects. Maybe you feel shaky, maybe you feel like a deep sinking in. Maybe there's silence, maybe there's busyness going on. Just observe whatever is there.
I'm making my way home. My mind's already there. Yes, my mind is light. You're with me in the dark. Light my way at night. Let your light shine now. This burden weighs me down.
And then bringing the knees to your chest. Wrapping the arms around the legs, and then you can roll a bit from left to right. And grabbing your ankles, and then placing the feet wide, but really nearby your hips. So maybe they're even wider than your mat. And then once they touch the floor and they're solidly in the ground, bringing the arms sideways with the hand palms on the floor. And taking a deep breath in. And then with your exhale, bringing the knees to the left, looking towards the right side. With your inhale, bringing the knees back up, looking up, and exhale, knees to the right, looking to the left. And this way, keep going on your own breath. Ja, bring your feet wide. Dus ja, als je knie omhoog doet, dan wil je je voeten wijd uit elkaar. Nog meer. Ja, en nu ga je draaien. En dan voel je in je heupen een hele andere rotatie. Ja. Just keep on going. So if you bring your knees up, then bring the feet wide. Yeah, and now start to twist. Different. Yeah, just go slowly, gentle. Just one more time to each side.
I'm making my way home.
And then coming back to the middle, straightening the legs out. And then placing arms alongside the body. Time for the upside down pose. So if you are in your moon days, you can just stay here for extra long shavasana. If you have any neck problems, then maybe also better to stay in this position. If you want to come along, then placing hand palms on the floor. Then on your inhale, you lift the legs up and overhead into Halasana, plow pose. Then interlacing fingers behind you so you can bring your shoulders more together. And then placing the hands in the center of the back with the fingers pointing up. And then one leg at a time, or maybe both legs at a time, bringing them up towards the sky. And as this is a slowing down pose, also see if you can slow down the breathing. And we do that by extending the inhales, creating a pause between the inhale and the exhale. And then make the exhale minimum as long as the inhale, maybe a tiny bit longer. Pausing there again, and then inhaling again. Staying up for 4 more breaths. 3. 2. Nice. Yeah. Let's see if you can roll them in. Yes, and higher up usually is easier. Then with your exhale, bringing the legs overhead into Halasana. Keeping the back supported until the toes touch the floor. Then you can lengthen them behind your back. 4 breaths to go. 3. 2. And the last one. And slowly rolling back to the mat, placing the arms behind you so you can use them as a break. Taking your time to come all the way down. And then once you're fully on the floor, you push your lower arms in the floor, lift the center of the chest up to the ceiling. And then you look backwards, placing the crown of the head on the floor for fish pose. So counter pose for the compression in the throat and in the chest. Deep in and exhales. Yes. And then back to the floor with the head. Then after a breath or 5, time to rest in the final pose of surrender, Shavasana. So then bringing the head away from the floor, the chin to the chest, and then coming all the way down. Maybe you need to make another movement before you can
Sink into this last and final pose. Just taking a deep breath in. And then exhale everything out through the mouth. One more time, deep inhale. And exhale everything out. Just allowing the body to sink down, become heavy. Nothing to do. As you are, says the universe, after you answer. As you are, says the universe, before you answer. As you are, says the universe, when you answer. As you are, says the universe, how you answer. As you are, says the universe, why you answer. Because you are happening now, right now, right at this moment. And your happening is beautiful. The thing that keeps me alive and brings me to my knees. You don't even know how breathtaking you are. As you are, says the universe through tears.
Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava,
Slowly bringing your attention back into the body. Just noticing how relaxed this body is laying on the floor. And then lengthening your breathing. Just breathing in fully, deeply, filling up the lungs from the bottom to the top. And the exhale comes out naturally. And then whenever you feel the urge to start moving again, just make tiny movements. Maybe first just moving the toes or the fingers, perhaps rolling the head slowly from one side to the other side. Just feel what the body needs. And then taking your time, maybe pulling the knees to the chest, rolling over to one side of the body, staying there for a couple of breaths or maybe coming all the way up to an easy and comfortable seat. Just see if you can keep your attention inwards. Closing the eyes might help.
I know it's not good to be smoking in the morning sun, but the way I feel now is the best thing I've ever done. Watching everybody else do a healthy run. Not me. But I'm in such a good mood, I don't care if I'm frowned upon, 'cause it's the weekend. Nothing's going on. Yeah, it's the weekend. I swear there's nothing wrong. Every other minute I'm the victim. I pull it in the barrel of a big bad gun. I pull it in the barrel of a big bad gun. Lying by the river in the park, I do smell good. Still don't remember when my clothes stink like sandalwood. Fresh young boy sits down, says let's get high. Well honey, I already got there, and that suits me fine. 'Cause it's the weekend. Nothing's going on. Yeah, it's the weekend. I swear there's nothing Cause it's the weekend. Nothing's going on. Yeah, it's the weekend. I swear there's nothing wrong. 'Cause it's the weekend. Nothing's going on. Yeah, it's the weekend. I swear there's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with me, I'm the dirty, smoky weedy. Every other minute I'm the victim. I pull it in the barrel of a big bad gun. Every other minute I'm the victim. I pull it in the barrel of a big bad gun. Bad gun, bad gun. I know it's not good to be smoking in the morning sun, but the way I feel now is the best thing I've ever done. Watching everybody else do a healthy run. Not me. But I'm in such a good mood, I don't care if I'm frowned upon, 'cause it's the weekend. Nothing's going on. Yeah, it's the weekend. I swear there's nothing wrong. Every other minute I'm the victim. I pull it in the barrel of a big bad gun. I pull it in the barrel of a big bad gun. Lying by the river in the park, I do smell good. Still don't remember when my clothes stink like sandalwood. Fresh young boy sits down, says let's get high. Well honey, I already got there, and that suits me fine. 'Cause it's the weekend. I know it's not good to be smoking in the morning sun, but the way I feel now is the best thing I've ever done. Watching everybody else do a healthy run, not me. But I'm in such a good mood, I don't care if I'm frowned upon, 'cause it's the weekend. Nothing's going on. Yeah, it's the weekend. I swear there's nothing wrong. Every other minute I'm the victim. I put it in the barrel of a big bad gun. I put it in the barrel of a big bad gun. Lying by the river in the park, I do smell good. Still don't remember when my clothes stink like sandalwood. Fresh young boy sits down, says let's get high. Well honey, I already got there, and that suits me fine, 'cause it's the weekend. Nothing's going on. Yeah, it's the weekend. I swear there's nothing Cause it's the weekend. Nothing's going on. Yeah, it's the weekend. I swear there's nothing wrong. 'Cause it's the weekend. Nothing's going on. Yeah, it's the weekend. I swear there's nothing wrong. I'm the dirty, smoking weedy. Every other minute I'm the victim. I pull it in the barrel of a big bad gun. Every other minute I'm the victim. I pull it in the barrel of a big bad gun. Bad gun, bad gun. I know it's not good to be smoking in the morning sun, but the way I feel now is the best thing I've ever done. Watching everybody else do a healthy run, not me. But I'm in such a good mood, I don't care if I'm frowned upon, 'cause it's the weekend. Nothing's going on. Yeah, it's the weekend. I swear there's nothing wrong. Every other minute I'm the victim. I pull it in the barrel of a big bad gun. I pull it in the barrel of a big bad gun. Lying by the river in the park, I do smell good. Still don't remember when my clothes stink like sandalwood. Fresh young boy sits down, says let's get high. Well honey, I already got there, and that suits me fine, 'cause it's the weekend. Nothing's going on. Yeah, it's the weekend. where there's nothing